Hi everyone, I'm Felecia Scott.
I'm Doris Scott Taylor.
Welcome to No Spring Chicks. We are out here on the beach in sunny Long Beach, Southern California. This is our background, our playground.
Yes,
in the back, you can see the ocean. You should be able to see Catalina through the fog / marine layer out here. Now you see all the boats back there. That is the boats going into the port of Long Beach. Now, what I know you've seen the past couple of videos, you're probably wondering what that station is. Well, it used to be a naval base, so you can't see it very well, but there's one there, there's one over there, and there's one down this way. So it's a decommissioned now naval base that they do for environmental research now. So we're out here on this public beach having a great time. It's 70 degrees, and I still got my chipped tooth. I'm working on that. Come March, this will be taken care of. So as I said before, if you see me talk with a lisp, that's why, because my tongue is coming through the tooth right there front. So today's video is all about having a moment, and we all have them. Lord knows.
Yep. I've had mine. I will not lie.
Everyone has a moment. So what is a moment? You know, there are just sometimes. I started having them when I moved to Florida. I'm from Connecticut. So up north, it's a little more reserved, a little more faster pace, because it's New England, New York, Connecticut. That's where I'm from, Connecticut, raised. And so going to Florida was a culture shock. I wasn't prepared. And I was a 911 dispatcher then, so there was a lot going on. And how I got into dispatching, I got lied to. The temp agency, when they put the ad in there, they were like, hey, they need a police switchboard operator. I'm like, oh, I could do that, transfer calls, no problem. Go for the interview. The lady, her name was Miss Marsh, she's a very nice lady, was the communications supervisor in Riviera Beach. And she was like, yes, so this interview is for a 911 police dispatcher. I said, wait a minute, hold on. No, that's not what I came for. That's not what the temp agency said. They lied to me. I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, but no. Thank you for the interview. And I mean, she's like, no, don't leave. And they really need a dispatcher. She said, you know what? You're here. Let's just do the interview. So we did the interview, and I got the job. And I was like, you know what? Why not? I just moved here. I need work. Pays well. Let's do it, man. It's 3 months of training. It was all on hand, and let me tell you, I knew I was in for it. My very first call. So in Riviera Beach, in this very small town in Florida, everybody knows that back then, this was in the late 90s. It was insane. I mean, it was truly insane. Most dispatchers don't use every code in their 20 years or 30 years. Well, in that police department at that time period, everybody know in Riviera Beach, you use every single code in your first year, and I did. Plane crash, check. Oh, boat crash, check. I was like, what is going on? And every dispatcher, and you ask any dispatcher from Riviera Beach, your very first call is an in-progress call. And I'm not talking a bullshit call. I'm talking, my very first call was, this guy accidentally shot his friend's finger off. And I was like, wait a minute, I just sat down, it's 3 o'clock, my first day out of training, and he's like, oh man, I'm so sorry, I need the medics. I was playing with the gun and I was cleaning it, and I shot my friend's finger off. And I was like, wait, what, hold on, what? He's like, yeah, all three fingers, this one, and this one, were on the ground. I don't know what to do. Oh man, I'm so sorry. So I told him what he needed to do, grab his fingers, which he did, get some ice, put it on ice. And that's when I started having real moments, because I was like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Because you're so overwhelmed. You're like, you're in that moment. You can't see anything else, and you're just trying to work through it. And so I had plenty of those, because when you have days like this, and it's not one call. I mean, I still got 8 hours of this. I had to do 4 hours of the radio where I'm talking to the officers, and now I'm answering calls, 911 and non-emergency. And also I'm entering missing persons, stolen vehicles, all this. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm having a moment. I'm overwhelmed in life. So having a moment is when you're overwhelmed.
Basically. That describes it best. And when you have that moment and you're so overwhelmed, you never know what may come out. What words may come out of your mouth.
And trust me, a whole lot will.
You know, and that's when you have to go, you know, After you've had that,
Mm-hmm.
and people are looking at you like, oh my God.
And you just say, look, right now it's not a good time. I'm having a moment. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 10. I need this. This is literally for your mental health. This is for your sanity because you're going through it.
Yep.
So have that moment. Now, doesn't mean it gives you the right to hurt people's feelings and to hurt people in the process.
Yes.
But definitely, if you're having a moment, it is okay to have.
Now, if you give them fair warning that you have that moment, you know, unless it's somebody that you really highly respect, may stand a chance of calming you down, getting you back on track.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for somebody that you know good and damn well doesn't really give a shit about you, you know, they're fair game. They're fair game.
They're fair game.
Okay? You don't have to tell them a second time. You asked for that time,
I need this.
and they didn't give it to you. And now, mind you, you can be very direct and blunt with your words, but you have to be tactful.
There you go.
Okay?
And
Just remember that.
And sometimes, hey, you can. If you can't, be like, you know what? Come back and say, look, I'm sorry. I was having a moment.
Yep.
What I said to you was not right.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize.
Okay? And
Own it. Own it.
Okay? You can own it. That's what you need to do.
Own
Now, the hard part will be meaning it.
it. There you go.
Because especially with somebody you really didn't like.
Oh, because you meant what you said.
Yeah, you really did.
It's amazing how when you're really angry, if you're really emotional, the truth comes out of you. More than any alcohol will. Oh,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have said that, but you know what?
You might feel better afterwards, but that's not.
That's not the time and
Yeah.
the place to really express your true feelings.
Yeah.
How's that?
As they say, see your true face.
That's what they say in Asia.
Yeah.
Your true face.
Yep.
The mask has come on. I see you now.
Yep.
And one more thing. When you're having this moment, you're not being bitchy. You see people say, oh, she's just, being bitchy. No, you're not.
No.
When you're having a true moment, it's because right now at this point in time, you're in your emotions, you're in your feelings, you're in your circumstances, and you're just trying to find a way to process and deal with it so that you can move on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was for me, because dispatching, my moments aren't as frequent now, but when I was dispatching, I'm telling you, it's brutal because you're hearing these calls. You're right there on the phone where a little kid is crying. I'm not going to go into the calls that I've taken. And to this day, some of those calls still affect me. Children and the elderly always affect us the most. Not that any others, but it's hearing that elderly and hearing that child's voice, and you want to cry, but you can't because you still have a job to do. And I'd have to keep my emotions out the door. Now, there were many times when I left work, I had to drive home for like 30, 40 minutes, so I didn't bring it home. And then on top of, I'm on the radio, and this is life and death, and I need to know where all these officers are. And it's not like I have 5 or 6. I have many. And in Palm Beach County, when I worked at the sheriff's office, because I left Riviera Beach and I got recruited to the sheriff's office, man, I went from like 15 officers to, oh my God, triple that. We would have one of the highest dispatcher to officer ratios on the radio, and I need to know where everybody was. And when it went down, because there were times when the officers were hurt and whatnot, and I knew these guys, and some of them, I went to training when I was in my old job at Riviera Beach, and they came to the sheriff's office. We were all trainees together, so it was tough, and I had a lot of moments. But as a dispatcher now, it prepared me for so much more in my life where I can handle a lot of more things better, where I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna let that slide. That's not worth it.
Yeah.
It changes your perception.
It really does. It
So,
really does.
when you're having a moment, it's okay. Have the moment. You just can't hurt people. You can't use it to hurt people with it.
Yes.
That's the only thing. So, everybody, have your moment.
Enjoy it,
Heck yeah.
but don't stay in it.
There you go. All right, everyone, that's the end of this video. I'm Felecia Scott.
I'm Doris Scott Taylor.
Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit us up on the website at nospringchicks.com. We're also on IG, Instagram at nospringchicks.